Prime Minister Andrew Holness lauds Fidel Castro for contribution to the region, reiterates government's unremitting resolve to address crime, and welcomes the latest tourist attraction on the island's north coast. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. At the start of last week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness led the governing Jamaica Labour Party JLP to victory in the local government elections. On Monday, the JLP secured the majority council seats in 9 parishes, while the opposition People's National Party held on to 3 parishes and the municipality of Portmore. There was a tie in the St. Thomas Parish Council. Magisterial recounts are scheduled for Monday, December 5 and Tuesday, December 6 for the Ginger Ridge, Salt Spring and Landui divisions. Tuesday saw Prime Minister Holness visiting the Cuban embassy in Jamaica, where he signed a condolence book for former Cuban President Fidel Castro, who passed away on November 25.
We join with the people of Cuba in mourning, but in more so celebrating his life, his work, and his contribution to Cuba and to the region.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness speaking to reporters in Cuba as he arrived to attend a private mass celebrating Castro's life Tuesday evening. Before his departure for Cuba, Prime Minister Holness welcomed the Ministry of Education's move to make it mandatory for principals, vice principals, and other middle managers to be certified by the National College for Educational Leadership, NCEL. Mr. Holness asserted that academic certification was not sufficient to ensure effective management of schools, as he believes institutional leadership is not theoretical, but more of an action-driven endeavor.
You see, the big problem was that we were appointing teachers to become principals and then retrofit them with the skills to manage the school. So you ended up, each time you transition in principals, with a 3 or 4 year gap. So I think this move, which you have now said, Minister, is a good move that will strengthen the management and leadership of our schools.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking at the LASCO and Ministry of Education Youth and Information Teacher and Principal of the Year Awards luncheon Tuesday. St. Elizabeth Technical High School swept the awards, copying both the Principal and Teacher of the Year prizes. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness saluted another group of nation builders, this time civil servants. Over 500 persons who've given 25 years or more of service to the public sector were awarded at King's House. Before that, Mr. Holness dispatched Minister Darrell Vaz to deliver his remarks at the opening ceremony for the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Conference.
I urge you all to arm yourselves with the knowledge of threats posed by the impacts of climate change and how we can act to lessen and perhaps even reverse these impacts, not only on our bottom lines, but on our lives.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness filled 2 posts critical to national security last week. On Thursday, Brigadier General Rocky Meade was sworn in as Chief of Defence Staff, and former Chief of Defence Staff Major General Anthony Anderson took up office as the island's first National Security Advisor. While expressing confidence in Major General Meade's ability to get the job done, Mr. Holness thanked Major General Anderson for his 6 years in the top post at the Jamaica Defence Force. The Prime Minister used Thursday's swearing-in ceremony to reiterate government's commitment to tackle crime through the National Security Council.
The National Security Council is spearheading an integrated and comprehensive set of measures and actions which will significantly and sustainably reduce crime in our country. Areas to be carefully examined will include deployment, mobility, investigative capacities, procedures and legislation as we move to secure Jamaica.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has expressed interest in strengthening U.S.-Jamaica relations in the area of investment. Mr. Holness shared that wish during a telephone conversation with United States Vice President-elect Governor Mike Pence. Both pledged to continue their dialogue on areas of mutual interest, including national security, trade, and investment.
I am pleased to be associated with yet another project which signals the growth of our tourism industry.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness welcoming the Yaman Adventure Park at Prospect in St. Mary. The 1,000-acre property received a 6-month $1 million upgrade and now employs 200 staff and 150 indirect workers. Mr. Holness used the newest tourist attraction to announce the increases in the tourism figures for 2016. He said between January and October, stopover arrivals were up 2.3% and cruise passenger arrivals climbed more than 9% when compared to last year.
This has resulted in increased earnings from the sector. Gross earnings from tourism now stands at 5.7% above last year. That's a great performance and clearly ties in with this administration's mission of growing the economy by 5% in 4 years.
Back at Jamaica House, Prime Minister Holness held discussions with the board of the Heart Trust NTA. He was updated on the work the National Training Agency has been doing to improve the skills of Jamaicans. And Mr. Holness closed out his busy week at the Jamaica Constabulary Force's annual cocktail function. And that's how we close today's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us again next time for the latest news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.